Goddess, I know there's more to life than what you're experiencing right now. I know you want to transform something within yourself to feel your best, look your best, and create that dream life that's only a fantasy right now. Well, I am with this amazing woman, Sarah Causey, and we are going to talk about the single thing you can do to transform yourself beyond recognition. I am the walking, talking billboard for that, and Sarah is going to share her story as well, because this one practice that you can do at home every day for free will change your life.
Welcome to the Goddess Power Show with Elizabeth Ann Atkins, the podcast for women exploring traditionally taboo topics as a portal to your power to live bigger, better, and bolder, and manifest your heart's wildest desires.
Welcome, Sarah Causey.
Thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. I'm so happy to be here.
You're welcome. I'm thrilled that you're here because, Sarah, you exemplify goddess life. I met you at a writing workshop that I was leading with the Detroit Writing Room, and you were there as a writer, and we clicked immediately.
Yep.
We have a lot in common, and we became friends, and then you joined my meditation group every Wednesday. The Goddess
My
Power.
life-changing hobby now is your meditation group.
Thank you, Sarah. So let's talk about, you are a writer, you also work in corporate, and you just want to look and feel your best and live your best life.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
So let's talk about, how has meditation changed you?
In your book, God's Answer is No, K-N-O-W, you have this phrase where you say that when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And I feel like that happened to me with you.
What?
And that you have been the teacher I needed in this year of my life. So I chose for my year, the word of the year, the word radiant. And when I started going to your meditations, it's like it unlocked my ability to live in that word radiant.
Ooh.
And every week it's just been more and more and more and stacking on top. So I'm really excited to talk about it.
I'm going to cry. Oh my gosh, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Radiant. Okay, can you define, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, I would say in my past, there was a disconnect between the person that I wanted to be and the person I was being. The behavior not really matching up with the ideal self, so to speak. And that ideal self was someone who takes care of herself, who feels amazing in her body, who just feels confident and joyful and happy. And I would wake up wondering, why don't I feel that way? And, I had dabbled with meditation in the past, but never in a routine, everyday way like you teach and you promote. And that is really what has been the catalyst for change. I've really been able to see the effects of the meditation and kind of just being in your body and getting still and letting things rise to the surface.
Beautiful. So what are the effects that you've witnessed?
Yeah, so I would say it kind of started off with allowing my emotions to rise to the surface during meditation. And from there, realizing, we have unprocessed grief we need to face. We have some desires we want to tap into. We have goals and dreams maybe that we're not, accomplishing. So how can we be in more alignment with that and the day-to-day? So I feel like every meditation I learn something because of getting still and quiet. And so I think that's the biggest impact, is you get to really know yourself as opposed to what, maybe the world is telling you should be.
Right, because meditation is discovery from the inside out.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's also things that we've often repressed, buried, or been too scared to face, whether it's good or bad, because sometimes our own power can scare us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one thing that I've witnessed with you, Sarah, did we meet in March? So maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the timeline.
Yeah,
I think it was March.
Yeah. So that's just 5 months ago.
Yeah.
What I witnessed with Sarah is that we were in a book coaching session through the Detroit Writing Room, and you had written this wonderful piece and you wanted me to review it, and something clicked in that session where you published your blog that day.
Yes.
The blog that you'd been procrastinating on, scared about, anxious about, you published the blog that day. And then in our next Goddess Power meditation, you put the link in the chat
Mm-hmm.
for all the women to see.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, it's beautifully written. What is your blog called?
Yeah, it's called Maud Marrow or Marrow, maudmarrow.com. And it's basically all about trying to write from the deepest wells, the bone marrow, so to speak. But in like a cool way, because Maud is like a chic name. So, but yeah, exactly. We had one coaching session, and that's the power of, I think, our connection, because you really helped me to see the path. And like, it's not as hard as you think it is. Just do it. And together with the meditation of the spiritual connection that we have through it, it's like the speed is crazy.
See?
Yeah.
Yes, it's literally the speed of light.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when you're in meditation, the downloads that you get come faster than you can think. And that's why it's spirit, God, universe, angels, cosmos, whatever your belief system or your higher self. It's supernatural.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, okay, Sarah, so tell me some other effects that you've noticed with yourself. Like, do you walk through the world feeling more radiant?
Yes, 100%. So, in addition to kind of getting to know my internal landscape through meditation, it's made me want to be more embodied, like literally in my body. So, I've been doing a lot of like fascia releasing and stretching paired with meditation. So, maybe I'll stretch and then meditate, or meditate and then stretch. And it's creating this like fully embodied experience versus I can be very in my head. I like to write. I'm sure you know. And people who are bookish and like to write can be in their heads.
Right.
And doing that work has literally like I felt my chest open. And when we think about like the heart chakras and stuff that we do in meditation, and it's like when your physical body is constricted, it's harder for your the mic.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's harder for your heart chakra to be actually open and cleared. And so I've been trying to think about everything and how it's all connected. And that's also inspired me to do more energy work with like an energy healer, which has been really fun.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, so attacking the idea of radiance from all angles.
Wow, that's beautiful. So the goddess power meditation, it sounds like, has been sort of your gateway.
Yes.
To more.
The catalyst.
Okay.
Is exactly how I would describe it.
Okay.
Because it's really allowed me to have clarity. I think meditation, every time I meditate, I get more clarity, and the ball just rolls faster and faster and faster the more clear you get about who you are and what you want and how you want to feel.
So, Sarah, a lot of people are intimidated by the word meditation. They're like, my mind won't be still. I can't do it. I tried. How do you define meditation?
Yeah, what a great question. For me, meditation is almost like an acceptance of your mind. So, like, even the monkey mind, like, you just accept that your mind is maybe spinning or running or, whatever it may be. But the longer you sit and accept what is your internal landscape, I think the more the dust settles. I feel like you said this about a snow globe, and when you shake it, and eventually, and that's kind of like when you're starting out, when you're kind of in the. Have you heard about the brain waves, like the alpha waves and the beta waves? So it's like when you're in the alpha brain waves, you're in that, you shook the snow globe and everything is crazy, and then when you meditate, it just kind of settles. I find every time it really does eventually settle, and then you feel amazing, relaxed. So yeah, it's definitely an intimidating word, but it's very accessible to anyone.
Yes, so that's the beauty of the Goddess Power Meditation, which Sarah comes to every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Zoom. And I lead you through it. You don't have to figure anything out. I lead you through the breathing exercise, the energy or chakra clearing, and then the guided meditation. So all you have to do is show up. It's free, and it's every week on Zoom. And show up, register, please come on camera, introduce yourself, because there's this beautiful, beloved sisterhood that's very nurturing and warm and a safe space to express. So a lot of times women will come and they're like, I'm really going through it this week. And everybody just gives so much love. But the beauty to demystify meditation was born when you read my book, Sarah, my memoir, which talks about my spiritual awakening and journey, is that I wanted to learn how to meditate, but it was before the internet. And all the books I read were like way over my head. It didn't make sense. It was too highbrow confusing. And I said, I want to someday be the teacher that I needed and didn't have. So that's why a third of this book is all about teaching you how to meditate, clear your energy, create a high vibe life. So when you come to the Goddess Power meditation, I guide you. And Sarah, that's probably why it's been so effective for you, because I make it practical.
100%.
Thank you.
Yes.
How do you describe the experience at the Goddess Power meditation?
Yeah, so every time is different, which is one of my favorite things, because you kind of never really know what you're going to experience. Sometimes. So it starts off with she takes us through a beautiful visualization to help relax you, and then the chakra clearing. And that's when we get to the chakra clearing part, that's one of my favorites, because you really kind of see the transition from being kind of, okay, I'm relaxing, to like, I feel relaxed. And then when we do kind of a spiritual, insightful part of the meditation, that's when you kind of get the downloads, like you're saying. And sometimes, you might even fall asleep because you're so exhausted. And you actually just needed to sleep. And you're like, wow, okay, this weekend I need to prioritize sleeping. Or maybe you get a beautiful visualization of love or something like that. Or maybe, like it's happened to me before, you end up processing some really, tough emotions, but the group of women that is there to hold space for you and hold you. And I think that community aspect, it's like you leading it plus the community, is such a beautiful thing that we have. I feel like we lack in today's society. So it's a really beautiful place to go.
Right. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. So when I do the Goddess Power Retreat in October, which I hope you can come, or maybe next time,
yes,
it's going to be 4 days of that. Guided meditation, amazing, loving, nurturing sisterhood, women, fun, a safe space to express, lots of meditation, journaling, writing exercises, and energy clearing. And incredible. Being at a gorgeous vineyard in Southern Oregon, surrounded by mountains. Anyway, it's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be in this house called the Dream House, which has like swings and plants and windows showing the mountains. So the Goddess Power Retreat, October 23rd to 26th, 2025. I'll put the link here. Ladies, please register. It is going to be extraordinary. And I hope you can come, Sarah, because what you just said about the virtual version of meditation,
I can only imagine in person. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So tell me how it feels when you're there. It's just 1 hour and you're connecting with women across the country you've never even met, but it's a safe space.
This is going to sound a little counterintuitive, but it's the most luxurious time of my week, because it feels like all week we are doing things that maybe you're working towards something, you're in relationships with the people around you, and it's hard to kind of feel connected to yourself. And it's the 1 hour of my week that is about purely accepting my state of being, and just being, as opposed to doing or trying to achieve or processing things like that. And so it just feels so luscious and luxurious. So I can't imagine, like, the 4 days is going to be incredible. It's going to change people's lives.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Luxurious and luscious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The new branding for meditation.
Never heard that before. I love it. I love it. But listen, my Goddess Power books, The Biz Tribe, where you activate your goddess power, teaches all of this. And it's like being on a retreat. And then my second book in the 6-part series is about pleasure. And it's about pleasure, having more pleasure in our lives. For me, pleasure can mean looking at a sparkly pillow or touching the soft, fuzzy surfaces that I just surround myself with. Pleasure isn't all about what first comes to mind.
Sure.
It's about savoring your food. It's about savoring what you're drinking. It's about, the tactile experience of life. It's about moments that you take for yourself and enjoy. And the more you do that on a daily basis, the better you're going to feel. Especially when you feel disconnected because you're tending to the job or the people in your life or the responsibilities, right? So luxuriate in those moments, and the more of them that you have throughout your day, the better you're going to feel. And only you decide what those are. It's not what's trending.
Yep.
It's not following the crowd. It's what do I like. So what are some of the things you like, Sarah?
Yeah, I love that you said this, because it's an exercise in mindfulness, but that you've curated, and what do you enjoy being mindful on. So for example, this year I've gotten back into crocheting and puzzling.
Okay,
And, those are
perfect.
not for everyone.
No.
But they are I feel very present. And for both of those, I can listen to audiobooks, which is one of my other things I love to do.
Uh-huh.
And if I were to be, following other people's paths, maybe I wouldn't be enjoying my day-to-day life as much. And like that to me is pleasure. It may sound really odd, but for me, crocheting is so fun,
Yes,
pleasurable,
yes. Beautiful. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So giving yourself permission to enjoy
Mhm.
it. Because
Mhm.
there was a time, maybe about 10 years ago, I really felt like I was on punishment and I had put
Mm.
myself there.
Mhm.
And something was blocking me from really enjoying life.
100%.
You felt that before?
Yes, I really feel like I resonate with this when it comes to food and exercise or movement, and trying to approach those things from a perspective of wanting to care for yourself and enjoy your body moving or the tasting of food or healthy food, not from a position of punishment or wanting to achieve some sort of external look or something like that. And I feel like with meditation, you also get very aligned. Like, it's kind of funny. Sometimes I'll have meditated and then, eat something that maybe I thought I wanted, but it just doesn't feel right.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like maybe I've learned for dessert or after dinner, I love to eat cucumbers because it's
Oh.
so refreshing and
Uh-huh.
light, and
Uh-huh.
I don't necessarily reach for the ice cream anymore. But it's not out of punishment, it's out of joy. And
Yes.
I just love the way that they feel and
Uh-huh.
things like that. So
Uh-huh.
it's a fun little journey and curiosity about learning about yourself.
I love that.
Hmm.
I love that. And prioritizing yourself.
Exactly.
Because women are notorious for putting everybody first and then collapsing at the end of the day,
Hmm.
exhausted with no time taken for herself.
That's the other thing I like about meditation. It's the opposite of that. It's
Uh-huh.
I'm going to literally sit with myself. No devices, no doom scrolling, no kind of numbing. It's the opposite of numbing, but in the best way.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow, 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 wow. It's the opposite because it awakens you.
exactly.
It
Mhm.
awakens your power, it activates your power
Mhm.
in ways that are immeasurable.
Mhm.
And so the reason I'm not on punishment anymore, the reason I'm living a life that I love, that
Mhm.
I wake up in the morning excited about who I am, not always been that way, been depressed, suicidal ideation, addicted to food. For me, that was a huge problem years ago, like for decades of my life,
Mhm.
since starting when I was 11. It was
Mhm.
really messed up here in my mind, body, my moods. It was just awful. Meditation has helped me release all of that and literally change my neural pathways
Mhm.
so that I do not think about it. Just like you have cucumbers, not ice cream.
Mhm.
My first thought when I'm stressed used to be ice cream, as
Mm.
much as my stomach would hold,
Mhm.
and then more as soon as my stomach calmed down. It was awful. It was addiction
Yeah.
and it was ruining my life.
Mhm.
Meditation, connecting with the higher power, which I believe is God. That's why goddess to me is God energy. This is spiritual, not religious.
Yeah.
And the goddess origin story, which is in both books, is all about spirit coming to me during my horrible divorce and saying, "You are goddess."
Mhm.
And instantly I was crying, I was frantic, stressed, instant peace, instant power. And that began the transformation. But then learning meditation, Sarah, is what really changed me because I saw myself not as a physical being, but as an energetic being here on the planet with a
Mhm.
big mission.
Mhm.
And empowering women through my goddess platform
Mhm.
is one of them. And just being a person who cultivates harmony
Mhm.
everywhere. I might be at the grocery store chatting with strangers, but I'm cultivating harmony for people.
It's so true. That's exactly the feeling that we have in the meditation group. It's such a beautiful, harmonized, peaceful place to land. And it's somewhere you can trust that it's going to
Oh,
be harmonious, which I think is also hard because there's so many things where people sell you, harmony, and it's not really that. And this is so true because it's coming from your true purpose, your
mhm.
actual purpose, not from something else. And it's beautiful for that reason. It's so real for that
Thank
reason.
you.
Hmm.
Thank you. It is genuine on my part
Exactly.
because it's free. Like,
Yeah. I know every time I feel like I need to be paying for this because it's changing me. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
I think I get paid back in karma.
I love that.
Yeah, I really do. So, a woman who's helping with the retreat, her name is Kathy Callie. She's a wealth coach, and her book is called Give, Save, Spend. And obviously, we know about saving, we all know about spending, but giving.
Sure.
Giving is karma, and you get blessed. You reap what you sow. And so that's why I like to tip people.
Yep.
Generously. And what you give, you're blessed back in ways that like sparkles back on your life in ways that you cannot put a dollar amount on.
100%. Yeah, it's interesting that you're using the word giving because it's a gift, truly, that you lead the meditation and you give all these women a place to land, especially because you're so much further ahead in your spiritual journey and your meditation journey. And I think honestly, just like the self-development journey that a lot of us want to be on or maybe starting, I feel like I've kind of been on it for a long time, but it's now actually manifesting into something else and it's becoming real. And I think that's because of the power of these meditations.
Wow. So you mentioned something earlier about grief, Sarah. How has meditation helped you heal grief and any other emotional issues?
Yeah, definitely. Years ago, I lost a very close friend, and I thought, I went to therapy for it and thought I had processed it. But in meditation, I would see her, she would come to me, and I would just, tears would flow, and I would realize, there's still more here. And it's kind of funny, I had that experience twice, and now when I see her, and she's come to me more in meditations, it's with joy. And so that saying, you have to feel it to heal it, is so true. And I feel like that is exactly what I experience in meditation.
Wow, you have to feel it to heal it.
Yes.
Wow.
Never a more true saying for me personally. To feel it to heal it.
Wow. And what other ways? That's beautiful, beautiful testimony. And now when you see her, it's like reconnecting with your friend.
Exactly.
I love that. What other ways?
I would also say a really fun thing I'm working on right now is healing my inner child. And so I've been working with an energy practitioner on it and also just personally trying to remember what was I like as a kid, what was fun, and recently went to the zoo and was in the butterfly garden.
Yes.
And I felt so happy and joyful. And in meditation, the last 2 times, I've really seen butterflies have come to mind. And that's so fun. Like, it's not just, processing the heavy things, but it's also a reminder of this. Like, this is the way I would describe it. Like, when you take us through a journey and it's relaxing and you're already kind of in that maybe radiant headspace, you can actually feel the radiance internally versus having to maybe go actually sit in the butterfly garden. It's like the butterfly garden comes to you kind of thing.
Ooh, the butterfly garden comes to you. I love that. So we talk a lot about symbolism.
Yes.
Because spirit speaks to us in symbols. And so when you see a butterfly, and we talked about this Wednesday, it was about the symbolism. It starts as a worm on the ground. And then it goes into the chrysalis, dark, slimy, hard exterior, transformation, metamorphosis. And then it breaks out and it comes out as this beautiful, fluttering, colorful creature that lives in a garden with flowers and makes people happy. Because who doesn't feel happy when you see a butterfly, right?
Exactly.
So we are butterflies. That's one of the most powerful symbols of our transformation that we can have.
And I think it's cool when you realize that, even if you feel like the worm, that you can go into your chrysalis and you can emerge a butterfly. I feel like that is the story in your books. And it's been my meandering story as well. And I feel like I was in my chrysalis when we met, and now I'm kind of like coming out like, okay, we're here. We're ready to be the butterfly now.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Just 5 months ago?
Yeah. Isn't it funny how that can happen quickly when you're ready? I think.
Yes.
It's cool. Like I said, my teacher appeared.
Oh my gosh. That's a message I've gotten from spirit for many years, is to be a teacher.
Yeah.
To show. because I've learned so
You're
much.
very effective.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've taught writing at university level, and I love that. But I also teach the meditation. I'm a certified intuitive practitioner with Sacred Balance Academy in Bloomfield Hills. Lori Lipton had a 9-month program.
Wow.
She's a psychic medium. She's
cool.
amazing. And before that, Dr. Rama, he's from India and he's Hindu. He taught me how to meditate the first time. The very simple technique in his meditation room in his home, and it changed my whole life, like dramatically. And what it does, Sarah, it calms me down. I don't react to traffic or things I can't control. If I drop a glass on the kitchen floor and it breaks, I just sweep it up. I don't get mad or whatever. I am less reactive to things. I have tools to use in the moment if I'm stressed. It helps me sleep better. Meditation enhances the sensory extravaganza of life. So food tastes better, things look more beautiful, sound is more amazing. Every aspect, pleasure is more intense. That's a real thing. I asked my teacher and she said yes. So it enhances everything, and it makes you a better person in all your relationships, work, friendships, romantic relationships, whatever it is, strangers, because you are more in touch with yourself and you're radiating that peace and love that you're cultivating within.
100%. I feel like I have noticed it in my marriage, my ability to be more present and not reactive, and be able to say, or to myself maybe, that's you having kind of a situation. I don't need to react to that. I can respond from love, as opposed to, how it gets, like, you can kind of get into the dance of the relationship, depending on who's activated at the time. But when you have the tool of meditation in your life, especially whenever you can ground yourself and become more relaxed, you can show up in your relationships a lot better. And I've really found that to be true for me.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's amazing. So it's improving your marriage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It touches everything. You know, I have had a stressful year at work, and in the middle of the day, when I'm feeling very kind of buzzy energy of there's so much going on, I'll go lay on my hammock outside and turn on a meditation, and 15, 20, 30 minutes later I'm ready. It's like I woke up again. And it's free. It's simple. It's breathing, and it's embodied. Years ago, I would go to Starbucks and get a sugary coffee and just add to the fire with more caffeine and sugar.
Totally.
And it's like, actually, what if you just meditated for 20 minutes? And it's like night and day. You feel so much better.
Wow, you do. You totally. There's nothing like it. So it relaxes you.
Yes.
It helps you push sort of a reset button.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I do that every day. Like if I'm stressed or anxious or whatever, and it helps me get answers. So what happens in meditation is you get downloads. Spirit gives you guidance, and that's what happens every week with the women in the Goddess Power meditation. Spirit gives you guidance. It tells you things. It helps you make a decision. It helps you get clarity on things. It helps diffuse fear, so you're not scared, because when we're operating in a fear state, we're not clear thinking.
Exactly.
You've had that happen?
Yes, and specifically, the more I have been able to tolerate my emotions through meditation, the more I've been able to transfer that to being able to sit, because you know how your body stores emotions as well. There's a great book, The Body Keeps the Score, that talks about this. We store a lot of our emotions in our psoas muscle in our hips, and I've been working on a combination of like the deep breathing we do in meditation and just like trying to open the hips, and I'll feel the fear kind of come up, but let it dissipate. And it's powerful, because when you realize how much anxiety or fear can be stored in your body that you can release, it's gone. It doesn't come back, and then it's just so incredible. It's very healing. Like meditation literally is the catalyst for healing.
Perfect segue, Sarah, because listen, the word meditation and the word medication.
Oh,
Only one letter difference.
I love
A
that.
C and a T.
Mm-hmm.
So not only can you heal emotions like grief
Mm-hmm.
and anxiety and
Mm-hmm.
confusion or chaos in our minds, you can heal physical pain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not a doctor. Continue with your medical
Sure.
regimen, whatever you've been prescribed. But I personally have used meditation to heal a horrific migraine headache multiple times. The kind that makes your eyes hurt when you look at light, you want to throw up. It's horrible. Pounding meditation healed those horrific headaches.
Yeah, I really resonate with that because I think anxiety for me can become very physical. So, you know, you might have the tightness in your chest or in your stomach, but when you meditate, I actually make my husband do this when he'll be like, my chest hurts, and I'm like, it's time to meditate. And he's like, but then he feels better. It
Wow.
truly can be medication,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it
and
is.
you know, no pills or anything.
Wow. No, none.
Yeah.
One time I was having back pain from
Mm.
so I did something in the gym and I hurt my back. I could not get out of bed. Like I could not roll or move to the side and get up. It hurt that bad. And I did meditation. And by the end of that day, I was dancing.
That's amazing.
No, in fact, I took an over-the-counter painkiller and it made my heart race and it didn't feel well, but it didn't do anything to the pain.
Exactly.
So if you believe and you practice and you learn how to do this, you can heal your body. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, have you ever
Yes,
read?
I'm reading the You Are the Placebo book right now.
Oh, perfect. He has lots of books, but Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how meditation can change you on a cellular level. His story is that he was in an accident and it hurt his back and doctors told him he would never walk again. And he's a doctor, a physician. And so he said no. So he used his mind and what he knew about the body to reconstruct whatever was damaged and to heal. And of course, he's walking now. He does seminars. He's globally celebrated as a New York Times bestselling author with books that help people learn about the supernatural abilities that we have, but we've not been taught to use them. So if you want the scientific backing of all of the things we're discussing, please read Dr. Joe Dispenza's books or watch his videos. And it truly is supernatural. So, Sarah, talking about your husband, you've taught him to meditate too?
Yeah, we meditate before we go to bed. I always turn on, there are so many on YouTube, like sleeping meditations. If I'm not already half asleep from our meditation, I turn them on and I have them on loud because inevitably he's getting it too. And you all of a sudden will hear him like breathing and I'm just like, yes, like it's helping him relax.
Gosh.
So yeah, I work with him and like teaching him is a strong word for it. It's more so like I kind of put it in the room so he can
put it in the room.
He can also do it.
Okay.
But I think it should be a family affair. You know, like imagine if we would have learned this as kids.
Right.
Like, oh, you can just breathe.
Right.
And maybe you're gonna be okay. Actually.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you're the teacher too now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I guess I never really thought about it, but yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So you can do meditations together and manifest.
Yeah, and I don't know, is this like a PG podcast?
No.
Okay.
It's not PG.
We have definitely done meditations before. They're on YouTube that are like a body scan. Like before, you know, you get together, so to speak, and that makes the whole experience. You're way more connected when you're actually embodied.
Right.
And breathing together and breathing in sync.
Right.
And that's a really fun activity as well. So
that's what tantric sex is.
Oh my gosh. See, I didn't even know. That's what we were doing.
Oh, cool. So people hear tantric, you know, it sounds so exotic, but really it's just spiritual union.
Yes.
Mind, body, spirit.
Yeah. And I feel like people often use wine or drugs to do that and to get there, but it's like you're somehow disconnected, even though you might feel more connected. It's just, it's artificial versus a genuine, real deep connection that you get when you are basically doing that kind of practice, or
Right.
like, just meditating before you engage with the person,
Right.
getting on the same playing field. So
Right.
powerful.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Wow. So that's a really good point about alcohol,
Mm.
because Lori Lipton, my meditation teacher, said that alcohol dulls your intuition.
Ooh.
And the voice that speaks to you, I call it your goddess voice, but the voice that speaks to you in meditation and throughout the day, and the more you meditate, the more you amplify that voice to get the guidance from spirit, universe, God, or your higher self. That voice is amplified the more you meditate. But when you drink alcohol, your intuition is dulled.
It's, yeah.
So she said, like, people will go on retreats and drink. No, it's not going to help you amplify your intuition. It's just
Right.
going to cloud and numb and dull. Didn't you say the word numb earlier?
Yeah, numb.
Yeah. So that's not the way to go. Meditation is the opposite of that.
Exactly.
Likewise, with some of the psychedelics that people take and swear by, and that's awesome if people want it. I'm here to say that you do not need that. And when you read my books, I've had the most psychedelic experiences. You read it in meditation, like so supernatural psychedelic that and then I read about people drinking teas and taking different things. No, you can, as long as you do the practice and believe that it can work.
Yep.
You don't need all that stuff.
I love this conversation because my husband will say, like, are you having fun with your magic? Because it literally, I think I seem like I'm playing with magic when I come out of meditation, and I'm like, I experienced butterflies on the moon. And he's like, what are you doing in there? But you're just like being so open to what you can really experience.
Oh my gosh.
And to your point about alcohol, I think it's because of this, because of meditation and getting more connected. When I have had alcohol or something, I don't like it. It's so interesting. I've never had that sort of night and day experience. And I'm like willingly and happily being sober, not even on purpose or for any like reason, just I'm not interested. Because I feel
Wow.
good already.
Wait,
So
is
that's
this
cool.
since you started meditating?
Yeah, this is a New Year thing. So like I was also on an antidepressant, which saved me for 5 years. Like if you need it, they're there for you. They're a tool. But I've stopped taking it, and I just don't need any substances right now. And
Wow.
I don't think I've been like that since before I turned 21, like we all go to college and then
Right, of
you
course.
learn about them all, or high school even,
Yeah.
because America. But yeah, it's cool. Even you don't need it. You just feel good already when you're
So you
connected.
lost your taste or craving for both the taste of it, but also the feeling of that
Exactly.
wooziness?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow, that's powerful.
Very. I mean, helps you save money too.
Oh,
And
big
save
time.
calories.
Yes, yes. In fact, just a couple weeks ago, I don't drink very often, maybe a glass of wine with dinner at a restaurant, but I was at a friend's home and I had a glass or two of wine, and it was delicious and I felt great in the moment, but I woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't go back to sleep.
Yes.
Hate that.
Yep.
Then the next day, of course, I was exhausted. And then I woke up with a headache. I felt nauseous. And then during the day, I was getting weird symptoms, like I just didn't feel well.
Yeah.
And I usually feel great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? It's not worth it. That little hour or two that I had a little slight buzz, and I enjoy the flavor of it, and it's so good with a good meal.
Totally.
But the aftermath is not worth it.
I've had the same experience recently where same thing, had wine with dinner, had a heavy dinner, and I think what's happening is when you meditate, when you're being mindful, when you're being present, when you're being embodied and in your body, you can feel the effects of things a lot stronger. And I just hated it after. Like you're saying, it was fun in the moment, but like the next day, that night, just felt awful. And you feel like it takes hours to come back to your center. And agreed, it just didn't seem fun after having to go through all that.
No.
And I've never felt that sense of connection before. And that is because of meditation.
Wow.
Sure.
What about with your female friends? Has it changed that?
Yeah, 100%. I have another friend who also loves to meditate, and she also is trying to get more into energy work and her body and learning. And I feel like I'm able to show up as well with my friends in a non-judgmental, supportive way, that when you're kind of, you can get into a competitive mindset with friends. And I feel like when you're meditating, you get back into who you really are and your authentic self, so that you're not projecting onto other people. You're really being there for them. And I think by extension, you're like, you should meditate. Like, it's going to make you feel better. And then they do. And they're like, oh yeah, I should do that more.
Wow. Did you teach them?
Her and I kind of learned about, her and I, my friend I'm thinking of, have been friends since we were like 15 years old. And she and I, during COVID, kind of got into a little bit of it, but on a small scale. Not what I love about you and what you've really taught me is that it's going back every day, every week. That's where the power is. It's not just occasionally doing it. Not that you shouldn't do it occasionally. Do it anytime.
Yes.
Do it once a year. If that's all you do it. It's going to be better for you than not doing it at all. But yeah, it's been very powerful, even in our friendship.
Awesome. So several women in the group have confided in me that they've had challenges having female friendships because of things that have happened in personal relationships as well as in business with other women. And so they've said that this experience has helped them lower their guard and enjoy the experience of getting to know other women without the fear and worry that they're going to get betrayed.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it's that, sadly, women, we don't support each other often. We can get competitive and we can let our insecurities drive the conversation. And what I love about our meditation group, it's a space of vulnerability, and you embrace what you're going through, and other people are also being vulnerable. And so we're all there for each other in a very special, it almost feels like an ancient way of women, how we used to be, I think.
Yes.
Before social media, before, all those things that get in the way of like true friendship. And I find that with my friends that are also more spiritually connected, it's, the friendships are better, they're richer. They're more real.
Yes, yes. Being real and being authentic is the most important thing you can do. And when you meditate, you peel away all the layers. It's like you just have no time or desire for nonsense. And so, who am I? Meditation helps you figure that out. Years ago, I was at an event and the speaker asked, who am I? What do I want? What's blocking me from that? And how do I take action to become the person I really want to be, living the life of my dreams? And that is the essence of what I teach in my books, at the retreat, at the meditation, is that you have the power to figure it out. It's your decision. It's not what your parents told you. It's not what society imposed on you as a girl and a woman. It's not what other people are telling you should be. Who are you?
Yeah.
And that is my mission, to help us all awaken to her.
Yeah, it's extremely empowering when you realize that you don't just have to suffer. You can change your life. Like, I see that in you. Like, I wasn't obviously around when you were going through your transformation, but like, I look to you as an example of someone who has done that. And it's so inspiring because you can realize that you can transform your life. You don't have to just stay suffering or stay small. I just moved across the country, last year, and that was because I needed to be in more alignment with what I actually needed, what my husband and I needed. And that was really difficult. But staying back where we were was not the right move. And, it's been difficult, but worth it. And now it feels like we're no longer stuck and, suffering in this lifestyle that wasn't working for us. And it's just really powerful when you realize that you have the power to change your life.
Yes. That's why the word power, Goddess Power Meditation, Goddess Power Retreat, and my books are about Goddess Power.
How your books feel like a retreat, which is why the actual retreat is going to be incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I've been on retreats in Sedona, Arizona with Lisa Peterson. She's a spiritual teacher, author. She's amazing. And I've been on 3, so transformative.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm super excited to do this in person. I've done it virtually before, the Goddess Power Retreat, but that's why I did the book, the whole book series is like you're at a retreat.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women don't have the time or desire or money to go on a retreat. And so when you read this, you're among 22 women who are on this fictitious mountain called Infinity Mountain. And you're at these 5 stations, and each is the one of the pillars of goddess life: power, pleasure, prosperity, protection, and peace. And then when you get to the top, there's a castle called Sea Goddess Castle. And it's C-S-E-A, but it sounds like see with your eyes. So you can see from the top of the mountain the entire horizon of what is the infinite potential of your life.
Yeah.
And so from there, I lead the women on creating that life by first activating the energy like you're experiencing, Sarah, and then taking action and using writing. You're a writer, I'm a writer, using writing to manifest, to script who you really want to be. And so that's what I guide you through in the books, to script the person. Because when you take an idea out of your head and you write it, it becomes physical form. The first phase of manifestation is writing it down. And that's how I lost 100 pounds and got more fit than I've ever been in my life. That's how I've gotten on the Oprah Winfrey Show, the Monta Williams Show, Tyra. I would write out what I want. And then the world, the universe, spirit responds.
Yeah.
You can manifest anything when you write it down.
Yeah, I love that, and that you teach that, because I mean, what a gift to think that you could manifest your dream life. And I feel like also manifest is an intimidating word too.
Ooh, tell
But
me.
it's, yeah, I feel like I think people co-opted a little bit to think like manifesting is some sort of over here thing that is inaccessible. And I think it's really the word behind it is intention. And when you write it down like you're saying, and you create the intention of what you want, you orient yourself around it, and your energy orients around it, the world and orients around it, the people in your life. I love to tell people, things I want. I'm a writer, or I'm going to go here one day, because you never know what kind of opportunities can come because you told someone your truth and what you desire and what you want. Yeah, it's very powerful concept.
I love that. It takes boldness to do that.
Yeah,
it does. Because like, if you tell people you want to do something that sounds really grandiose, like for my next big birthday, I am going to charter a yacht.
Ooh, yes.
And I'm going to invite all my friends and family on this yacht. So I only share that with people who believe.
Sure.
Because that might sound like a pipe dream to some people. But no, it's going to happen.
Well, like, you have to have dreams in order to make them a reality.
Yes.
I think that's part of the issue, is sometimes we forget to dream. And I feel like you very much lean into the power of imagination as a way to access your dreams and to figure out what you want. I love the idea of thinking about your dream house, because what if you don't even know what you want? Then how are you going to find your dream house? You know what I mean? So it's like you getting in touch with what you want, I think, is half of the battle.
Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely. But meditation helps you get clarity on that.
Yeah, and like, for example, my husband wants a sports car. And I'm like, okay, but why? Like, does your soul want the sports car? Because if so, let's get it. Let's get the sports car somehow. But if it's, because society tells you that you want it, well, maybe what if you actually want a garden? You know what I mean? And it's like getting in touch with your real desires, not just maybe a manufactured version. And I think meditation gives you that clarity. Now I'm going to tell him to go meditate about the sports car. Figure out what's really going on there.
I love it. I love it. So you talked about imagination. Worry is using your imagination in the wrong direction.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So when you're worrying, think about it. You play out all the worst case scenarios. That's your imagination. Meditation teaches you to shift the direction or the other way and envision what you do want.
Right.
And that is so powerful to activate energy to make things happen. So last summer, I was sitting on my patio in the sun, and I really wanted to go on a tropical vacation. And I closed my eyes and I imagined that I was hearing waves crash on the beach, that I was opening my eyes and seeing palm trees, that I was seeing blue water for as far as I could see, that I was in the hot sun. I could feel my toes in the sand, the warm sand. Sarah, within 2 weeks, I was in the Bahamas on the beach.
Oh, it gives me goosebumps.
Yes, it happened. And it's because my friend who's from there invited me like on a whim.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they had invited me before, and they're like, if you don't come this time, I'm never inviting you again.
Oh, wow.
So I got a ticket and I
Mhm.
went. And thankfully, I had the resources to do that. And I went to the Bahamas for a week.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
it was so rejuvenating. And I literally was like laying on the beach, listening to the waves, smelling the salty sea air, listening to the birds, feeling the hot sun, looking up at the blue sky and blue water. And I was like, I manifest this.
Yeah.
Because I used my imagination to put myself there and feel it.
And I feel like it helps you understand what to prioritize as well. Because it's like if I need a vacation, it's like, well, to your point about resources, like maybe I'm not going to go shopping right now. I'm going to save for my plane ticket. And it's like, what if you never accessed your true desire and then you went shopping and then the clothes don't really satisfy you? It's like what would have really satisfied you was the beach.
Right. Yes.
And
yes.
I think it's so important to get connected, because when you're not connected and you're disconnected, it just creates a whole host of issues you don't realize.
Right. And there's a key word in all of that, and it's the word no.
Yes.
Because when you say no to yourself for something that is frivolous, you realize, or no to other people who are inviting you to something. Of course, it's wonderful to be invited. But if it's to go out, hang out, drink, eat things we don't want to eat, and then look up and you just spent 4 hours where you could have been writing, meditating, crocheting, doing something you love, and you said yes to them and no to yourself. So I now boldly say no, thank you, because what's my priority? My writing, my business, my fitness, my show, all the things I do. I've been in situations too many times where I've said yes, and I'm sitting there at wherever I went, mad.
Oh, yes.
Mad. Like,
I have so done this.
you have?
Yes. I had a therapist tell me one time that when you actually say yes when you want to say no, say like to a person, that's actually not coming from a place of love, because you're actually in a way lying to yourself and to them. And how can you have like a real authentic relationship if you're not being genuine? And that changed my life, because I started realizing that saying no is actually showing up truly in life and in my relationships. And that creates a completely different dynamic, because when you're being honest, they can be honest. Everybody can be honest. And you're not unhappy. You're not, at the dinner unhappy. It's like, oh, it's so powerful when you can realize about saying no.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
definitely something I work on as well.
Yeah. So one thing I'm still working on, but I've made big progress, Sarah, similarly, is being a people pleaser.
Oh God, yeah.
And my whole goddess power message is stop being a people pleaser, because when you think you're pleasing others, you're hurting yourself. Whenever, again, I would say yes to someone or something, and I was saying no to myself, and I was screaming inside, no, 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 and my mouth would say yes, because I was so afraid to cause conflict, disappoint someone, not go along with the program, create discord. No, because then I would be festering with anger inside, furious at myself. And then whatever you said yes to again, you go to it, you're there, mad.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not doing that anymore.
100%. I feel like women do this all the time. All the time. We're taught, I think we're conditioned to be people pleasers. That was me for so many years. And literally in moving here, that was like a way of me saying no more to that, because I no longer, well, it's nice when you don't know anyone. I mean, it has cons as well, but there's no people to please. You can learn about, what you truly need. And it's so powerful. You don't have to move across the country to figure that out, but in a way it gives you clarity. But no, it's something I really struggled with. And I would be like, that's another reason why you're unhappy, because you're not actually thinking about what pleases you.
Right.
Not in a selfish way, but in a in just an authentic way.
Right.
You know?
Right. So I think people pleasing is a source of rage for me. Like, I'll get so angry if I make a decision, especially if it costs me time where I could have been writing or doing something for myself. And so I just look at it from saying yes to them is saying no to me. And whatever peace I think I'm helping create with them, I'm actually causing chaos in myself.
Exactly. I feel like it leads to a lot of resentment in relationships. And I think everybody does it, you know, and whenever maybe you've been accustomed to people pleasing, if the other people are mirroring that back to you and maybe they're trying to please you, it's powerful to be like, but actually what do you want to do? Because
Right.
we want to all be living in alignment here.
Right,
and yeah, it's such a slippery slope. I find that when I start to do it, it just kind of, it's easy to fall back into it. But you know, the lovely thing about meditation is when you reset, reground, you can remember, you know, this is who I am and I don't want to be doing that anymore.
Right. Reset, reground, remember. I love that. And also just remembering how bad you felt the last time you did it.
Exactly. You know, I used to lie too.
Lie?
When people pleasing. You know,
What do you
so
mean?
say somebody, you know, you didn't want to go to something. Maybe you would say, "Oh, I have to feed the cat."
Oh.
As opposed to, "No, I don't
Oh.
want to go," and like living in truth and honesty. And I don't think it's fair to anybody to like not want to disrupt or cause conflict to the point where you're willing to do that. You know, I feel like
Right.
you just want to be authentic and say, "No, I can't today."
Right.
You know, but I feel like for a lot of us, that's hard. It's
It is.
powerful to just be like, "No" is a full sentence.
Woo! No is a full sentence.
Exactly.
So I've done that in the past too, where make up an excuse.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you want to soften the blow.
Yep.
But why?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
that I just don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that.
And like the funny thing too is like maybe they don't want to go.
Ah!
maybe we're saving, you know, by showing up more honestly, like that allows other people to be more free as well. And
True.
I think that also creates harmony to your point about your purpose. When we're dancing around the truth, I think it gets, the things get muddy, and it's powerful to just say, you know, no more pleasing, no more making excuses, just showing up honestly.
Right. And to yourself.
Yes.
Not making excuses to yourself
that's
anymore.
a hard one.
I know it is, but the bottom line is it holds you back.
It does.
It's a major block. Major block. And the books and everything I teach in meditation helps really remove blocks. The way I was able to transform Sarah was through meditation, to see what are my blocks. Because if you ask spirit or your higher self, God, universe, what's blocking me? We often don't know, and that's the worst feeling. If you know something's blocking you from making more money, having harmony in your relationships, taking better care of yourself, but you don't know what it is. Meditation helps you get answers, because the all-knowing universe, spirit, will tell you.
Exactly. I feel like something I've learned through this process is it's almost the idea of asking for help, even if it's just to spirit or God. But when you learn to do that, to ask for support, for help, that also transitions. Whenever I was struggling with my writing and I had this blog idea, I asked you for help and you inspired me to actually do it. You know, it's
And
like
publish it.
it's like when you're connected with yourself and asking for help from your higher power, then you can remember in real life, oh, maybe I should ask for help to help get this thing done. You know what I mean? Like, it's all connected.
Yes, I love that. I love that. But guess what? The help you get from spirit, which can also be your ancestors, like your friend comes to you in your meditations, it can be angels, and angels have different jobs. Like Archangel Raphael, we did a healing meditation once. Archangel Michael is the protector.
Yes.
So when you call on these different angels and their powers, they help you. So one time my son was going to basketball camp,
on the other side of the country. And he was going to be rooming with kids we didn't know. They were from all over the world. And it was my first time letting him be in that situation. And I was anxious. So I did a meditation and I was asking Spirit to protect him, make sure it was a great experience and safe. Spirit showed me on each side of the dorm room where my son would be staying, Archangel Michael. Standing, two versions of my Archangel Michael standing on each side of the door. And that let me know he's safe. And he was. And so Spirit will reassure you.
Right.
Calm your fears. And that's one of the hugest things when I first learned to meditate, Sarah, releasing so many fears and anxieties.
Yeah.
They're gone.
I feel like I grew up in a religious background and there was lots of prayer, and that kind of got lost as I got spiritually disconnected. And it's not about religion now, but the idea of prayer, it's like manifesting. It's like connecting with spirit because you can lay down your worries. Like that in and of itself has created so much peace for me.
Yeah.
And like I will do that before I go to sleep. This is what I am worried about. This is what I want to happen. This is what I'm thinking about. And when you can release that, even like for me, I write it down, but I'm sure you could even just think about it or even meditate on it in meditations. You can sleep peacefully. Like, why did we forget this basic activity? I'm like reminding of like the little child on the bed praying before. I'm like, why did we forget that?
Yes.
That's so helpful.
I know, right. And meditating before bed is magic.
Yes, that's my favorite thing to do is before bed, because I've struggled with insomnia for like my whole adult life, and the gateway for me with sleeping well is meditation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a night and day difference when I meditate versus when I don't before I go to bed.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Oh, wait, Sarah. You showed us a beautiful space you created in your home.
I actually took a picture for
You did?
so
Okay.
you can post it
Oh,
on
thank
here.
you.
I did, yeah. When I started coming to the meditations, I like to set the mood, light some incense, get my crystals, and I was realizing I have a guest room office hybrid, and I was like, I want a meditation space dedicated to this. And so now, like I was saying, if I'm in the middle of I use it when we meditate, but also when I need a moment to just sit during the day. If I had a stressful meeting, instead of running to the drive-through, which is what I used to do, I sit on my meditation little corner that I made and just breathe or turn on something for 10 minutes. And it's very, very cool. It's very fun. That is like purely because of your meditation.
Oh my gosh.
that I have that.
Oh, Sarah, it's so delightful.
Yeah.
But tell me, for anybody who's watching or listening, how did you create your space?
Okay, so I found a very small corner in my house because I don't have a big house, so I wasn't sure where I was going to put this. But I found a little empty spot, and then I put a fluffy rug down. They have these really cool meditation chairs that you can buy. I decided to invest in that kind of lean back and forth and have a little cushion so you can sit upright. And there's something about being able to sit upright. And then I have a plant and a little area with an eye mask if I want to like block the light, and incense and crystals, and it's just a safe little nook. And the funny thing is my cats love it, so when I'm not using it, they curl up in it.
Oh, I love
and so
it.
I feel like they're giving it their healing power
very cool
as well, which is nice. They're also meditating.
The
whole family,
so cool.
The animals are meditating.
That is awesome. And so you can do it with space you already have.
Yes.
And you also it's not very expensive.
No, and I mean, before I got this cool chair, I just put a pillow on the floor, just blanket, pillow, just somewhere where there's something for me personally about getting on the floor is very like literally grounding. You're on the ground.
Right.
And that's really powerful for me.
My meditation teacher, Dr. Rama, said there should be something between you and the floor.
Okay.
Pillow, rug, towel, yoga mat, whatever it is. It just creates a buffer. And also what you said about aligning your spine to be straight is very important, because you need to have a straight spine, and it's more about your connection. And it also opens up everything.
Yeah.
So that you're not slouched over, or, you're completely alert. And you should have your neck straight too.
Yeah, I learned, I was telling you about this, the vagus nerve goes from the back of your, where your neck and your head meet, and then all the way down to your sacrum. And I feel like when you're sitting like that, like on the floor, it's like opening the whole vagus nerve, which also helps when you're activating that. It helps you relax, like literally,
I love
which is cool.
Yes, for sure. That's so important to relax. So, Sarah, you're a writer. How has meditation helped your writing?
Yeah. The main thing is, like I've been saying, getting connected has helped me to clear the blockages around writing. I'm still not where I want to be. It's still something I'm working on and actively meditating on. I was just thinking about this the other day because work has distracted me from my writing practice in the last 2 weeks.
Oh.
But by continuing to meditate and regrounding in that truth that I want to be a writer and I want to be writing every day, it reminds me to get back on the wagon, you know? And I try to write every day for at least 30 minutes. It's a very small goal, but when I do, it's a night and day thing for me because it's something that I truly, truly love to do.
Wow.
So I feel like in connecting with myself spiritually through meditation, it reminds me of that desire so that I prioritize it.
Okay.
And then the content becomes fun because whatever you learn in meditation you can use in your writing or whatever the creative practice is.
Absolutely. It gives you new ideas.
It does. New ways to think about the world as well.
Excellent. So when you do the 30 minutes, what are you writing?
I like to do a stream of consciousness. You say the pantser, the right by the seat of your pants.
Right.
Which is very me. I'm very much I need to kind of understand what's going on inside of me and let that come out. And so it's almost like a meditation, but through writing versus through meditating. But it's all connected. But I love to write about my emotions, how things I notice connect back to past situations, or maybe how to reframe something or think about a new topic. They're usually around relationships or just life. And like the other day I was writing about, there's a graveyard near my house I love to walk through, and I feel so peaceful in this graveyard, which I found intriguing. So I was writing about that and how it's kind of a romantic, fun place to go instead of a scary place to go. And so I love to kind of write about things like that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So whatever it is that you do and love, meditation can help you unleash your creativity.
Exactly.
Because it makes you not scared, not guilty that you're taking time to do something that might not have any money attached to it. A lot of people measure their time like that, or that you should be doing something for someone else.
Yeah, I feel like it also meditation helps take the pressure off of it. Like it can be something that's for fun and for joy, as opposed to, like we were talking about earlier, it's not a punishment, you know? Like just because you have a dream or a goal, I feel like sometimes goals and like discipline can get sort of affected by the idea of punishment, as opposed to this is actually for a joyful reason. So I'm trying to reconnect with that version of writing, like we did when we were kids.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Like they said, the inner child. So it's all connected.
Yes, I love that so much. I love it. So your inner child can come to you in meditation. When I go to our power spot, when we reach the spirit realm, I often am 10 years old. And it's like I'm in a swing and my father's pushing me and I'm just having so much fun. And my very first guided meditation with my teacher, Lori Lipton, I was in a big yoga studio. It was her class, and it was a meditation retreat over like a 3-day weekend. And we were in this big yoga studio, like 20, 30 people, maybe more than that. Everybody's laying down meditating. And it was so vivid. And it was my first one. And when I landed in my power spot, I was in this enchanted forest. And there was it was the air, the energy was so vibrant with love and peace and joy. It was indescribable. And in my power spot, I was 10 years old, marveling at this world, you know, and there I got some of the most vivid messages I've ever gotten in any of my meditations. And it was I was like, wow, what is this?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago or 2 meditations ago, I felt like I was with my inner child during the meditation, and we were bouncing on the trampoline and then having a watching movies, making a fort,
Oh,
like I used to do as a kid. And it reminded me how important that is. How
wow.
important it is to find the fun. Like I was telling my husband, I was like, we need to go to a trampoline park. I want to jump on the trampoline.
Ooh, that sounds like a blast.
Exactly. And it's like, if you're not connected with your inner child, that true self, you maybe forget that jumping on the trampoline would bring you like immense joy.
Right.
You don't need the cocktail. You need to go jump on the trampoline.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
So finding those moments of fun and joy, letting your inner child come out and play is so important. And not being scared, not feeling embarrassed or ashamed or caring what anyone thinks. Who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to jump on with you because they're sitting there scared too. So anyway, so Sarah, are there any final things you'd like to say about the power of meditation? And what would you say to people who want to try it, maybe tried it and it didn't work?
Sure.
How can you encourage them?
Yeah, I would say keep trying. First of all, I have this like quote on my desk that says like just try, and then I added another little sticky note that says and then try again, because there's so much to the idea of not giving up on something. And I would even say, like, if the spiritual aspects of it scare you, the science of it is so well documented that it is so good for you, and it is so powerful. So I would encourage you just to keep trying, and to not let it be intimidating, because it's such a way to access like relaxation and peace at a very minimum, those things.
Yes.
I would also say sign up for Elizabeth's retreat. I don't know if I get to go this year, but I'm already saving so that I can end up going.
Yay.
So I have been, experiencing over 5 months what I can only imagine is going to be accelerated in 4 days. So make the investment for yourself. It's going to change your life. And I think everybody should go. Everybody needs it.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. And for those who can't come, read the books, because the books take you on a retreat, and come to the guided meditation, the Goddess Power meditation every Wednesday. You'll meet Sarah.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'll put the link here. You just have to register. It's on Zoom, and you need to come on camera and introduce yourself too. So, Sarah, any other words you want to share to encourage people to start?
Yeah, I would say remember that you can change your life. Remember that things don't have to stay the same, and that you have the power, and that, nobody can take that power away from you.
I always say, you can do it, goddess, because you have the power.
Yeah, exactly. Wow,
that's my
amazing.
Mission. Thank you. So I have these Good Morning Goddess videos that I do on TikTok and YouTube. It's just 1 minute of a motivational message for the morning, and I always end it by saying, you can do it, goddess, because you have the power.
Yeah, I've watched those when I have like woken up, and they give me a boost, a jolt of joy that I need. So those are great too. Watch those.
Thank you, Sarah. Oh my gosh. This has been so amazing. And you're my first interview in my studio, which has been a dream of mine forever to have my own studio space. So thank you for gracing the stage of the Goddess Power Show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here. This is an amazing atmosphere.
Thank you.
It's so nice to spend time with you.
You too. Yeah. We really clicked. And that's another thing. When you start tapping into your goddess power, you attract your tribe.
Yes.
That's why the word tribe is in the title. Your tribe is your soul tribe. It's our souls recognized each other.
Yes.
And then we started talking. We're like, we have so much in common. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it just creates this comfort level, this safe space to learn and grow. And it's just beautiful. It's a gift. But you have to take the action.
Yeah.
And you have to go for what you want. Like you signed up for the writing workshop.
Make the step. Take the step. Whatever it is.
Yes. Yes.
Do it.
Yes. And then you also have to, like, there were, I don't know, 25 people there, 20 people there. Why did you and I click?
Yeah.
And you're here in my studio, whereas all the other people were lovely.
Sure.
But we clicked on a special level.
Yeah.
That's goddess power.
100%. I like the idea of like your soul can see another person's soul who's activated and online and trying to be true. And, yes, it's beautiful. Well, Sarah Causey, writer, amazing woman,
Goddess, thank you for joining me today. I think that what you've said about meditation has been absolutely magic. And I think it's going to help a lot of women who are listening and watching.
That is the hope. So thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I hope you can come back.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So, is the Goddess Power Show with Elizabeth Ann Atkins inspiring you to live bigger, better, and bolder and manifest your heart's desires? Then please subscribe, rate, review, and share the podcast to help more women experience these life-shifting ideas. You can also watch the Goddess Power Show with Elizabeth Ann Atkins on YouTube. You'll find the link at thegoddesspowershow.com. While you're on the website, read the blog and see how Elizabeth's retreats, guided meditations, and erotic writing courses can help you activate your female superpowers and make magic happen in your life. Enjoy her sexy novels and don't miss her latest book, The Biss Tribe. Activating Your Goddess Power by Elizabeth Ann Atkins. Find it all at thegoddesspowershow.com. To rock your realm from a throne of power, wearing a crown of confidence to manifest your heart's greatest desires. Remember, Goddess, you have the power.